Now, just in case you have been looking for a way on how to finally trade Forex full-time, well, this is the best video because I'm going to be breaking down a complete system that I've actually used for the past 4 years, but most importantly, a system that has worked for thousands of my students because I have taught other students just like yourself and they are able to trade Forex full-time. Now, I'm going to make this as easy as possible and I do have a presentation of here. So it's going to be much more easier to understand. All I want from you is your close attention. So this is what we shall cover. So we shall look at the downside and the good side of trading Forex full-time. Then we need to look at what to focus on the most because people lose this. Then we need to know what to trade and how to actually trade it. Then we shall also talk about capital and money management. And then lastly, trading psychology. Well, anyone can trade Forex full-time. As long as you're able to trade, then you could decide to make this your full-time job. But before that, we need to talk about the stats. Now, not sure if you guys have heard about this, but more traders lose money than those that actually make it. Actually, with the stats, we have 72% of traders lose money trading Forex. Well, that means the small 23% probably do something very different, and that's where I want us to put more of our focus, because at the end of the day, you need to first study well what works and what doesn't work, and then you shall shift all your focus to that works and let the other trash on the other side. Now, let me tell you something. So being 72% of traders losing money, well, there is a small percentage making money, just like I mentioned. Now, there's something that I want you guys to understand. All these traders that actually make money are traders just like you. I mean, think about it. They also deal with charts just like you. They are human just like you. Well, the difference is one. In some way, there is something that they are doing that most traders actually don't do. And to me, I called it a working system. This means these people have a system that's proven and it's working, and that's very important. And just in here, I'll just quickly show you some of my results from my students to actually prove to you that this works and you too can actually do this. So this is just inside the community. You can see this person made about $500. Now, honestly, on a daily basis, that's really fair. Say this is an average $500, that's pretty good. Then off here we can see about $700. Off here we can see an account of about 3,000, making over $150+ in a day, which is pretty good, honestly. So more to that, we can also see this is a very small account in a local currency, and typically this is an account of about 4,000. And this trader is making $470. So you can imagine you being able to do that. Now think about it, if you finally had the ability to literally stay consistent that way. And that's what I'm going to share with you. Now, trading is basically broken into 3 sections. So as how you can see, we do have a pie chart. Off here we have your trading strategy or method. Off here we have your risk management, and finally trading psychology. Now, if you were to give these percentages, well, most traders will give this 60%, okay? And sometimes you could distribute the 20 here and then the 20 here, depending, but I'll tell you more about this later on. Now, the most interesting part is in between here, okay? The intersection of all the 3 is an age, meaning for you to become a very good trader, you must be good at all the 3, and finally you will have your edge. So that means if you finally have an edge as a trader, well, you can finally trade profitably, okay? Now, this is pretty basic, just like how we shall cover on in the video, but for anyone to become profitable, you must be good with all these. Just again, as how I mentioned, your trading psychology is going to take the biggest portion. Now, number 1 is starting off with you, okay? Now, I don't want us to put all our focus on the charts and all that, because at the end of the day, it all starts with you. If you're looking at trading Forex full-time, it starts with your mindset, your goals. Now, you guys may wonder, why am I even bringing this up? But think about it. How the hell are you going to make money or get rich if you're not straight with your mind? You probably have no goals and all that. And that's why I brought this as the very first point. So the first one is setting your trading goals. Now listen up, there is no shortcut, and There's no way you can dodge this. Now, I want you to ask yourself these questions. Number one is, why are you trading? I mean, in the first place, why are you in? Are you in because you saw Daniel trading, or because you saw some other person trading, or you want to make money? And that's a personal question. Number two is, how much money do you want to make, say, in a day, a month, or even a week? I mean, that's up to you. You need to understand clearly how much money do you want to make. Because most people come and say, oh, I want to make a lot of money. What's a lot of money to you? Could be $1,000, could be 10,000, could be 100,000. It's all up to you. So my whole point is, you must become super realistic and clear with your goal, okay? Because that's very, very important, just like how we shall talk about that. Then off here, you can also think about questions as, what's freedom to you? Could be time. You need more time. You want to live, actually in such a scenario, you want to trade Forex full time, and that means you want to quit your 9 to 5. I want you to put all these things down and stay straight to them. Next up is, I want you to break these goals to the simplest format as much as possible. And I'll give you an example. Say your goal is wanting to make $1,000 in a month trading Forex entirely. Well, it must be realistic and it must align with you. Think about your position, think where you are, and let me give you one more example. I can't be starting from scratch, broke, no money, no nothing, and set a goal of, say, I want to make 100,000 in a month or 10,000 in a month. Remember, you're starting off from scratch, no money, no nothing, and honestly, you need to be super realistic. Even later on, as how we shall discuss, you will see how your trading capital is going to affect your returns and all that. But back to the example. So say I want to make $1,000 in a month with my trading, and how many days are in a month? We have 30 days, but then that means we have 22 trading days. In that, we are just excluding the weekends because you won't be able to trade. If it's $1,000 in a month, that means you only need to make $45 per day, which is equivalent to $250 a week. Now, I don't know if you guys see how that's coming out, but you have the big goal as $1,000 in a month, or say $10,000 in a month. And if it's 10,000, then that means you want to make $2,500 in a week, and then about $450 in a day. Now, I am not carrying the whole goal and say I want to make $10,000 in a day. Honestly not, because that doesn't happen. You guys understand? So you are going to get your long-term bigger goal, okay? Could be money, could be whatever. Now break it down to the very simplest format. Actually, when I was starting off, I would even break these goals down to pips. How many pips do I want to make in a day? I know that's crazy. But like, I would break these goals to the simplest format. Now, why is this important? Well, listen up. So having your goals broken down to the simplest format will get you focused and will show you the possibility of how easy they are to smash. I mean, wanting to make 10,000 is much more complicated than wanting to make 450. Do you guys relate? So it's much better that you break your goals down to the very simplest format, and with that, it's going to even be much more easier. Next up, looking at trading Forex full-time means this is going to be your main job or hustle, and that means it must pay your bills, okay? So if you're looking at trading Forex full-time, well, it means this is now your main job. This is what you do for a living. So this means it should be able to cover up your expenses and whatever. So look at it. What are your expenses? I mean, that's pretty basic, but at the end of the day, all you want to do is whatever you are making off from your trading should actually be able to cover up your expenses, and that's much more easier. Again, that should go back to your goals and know, okay, look, I have 1,000 in expenses, and that means I want to make at least 2K or 3,000, depending on what you look out for. And that brings us to the very next essential, and that's trading capital. Now, I don't want to be here and promise you this and that, tell you, oh, you will make a lot of money trading with no money. Honestly, not, because that doesn't exist. Think about it. I know there are very many internet gurus now telling you, oh, you can do this and that, but listen, that doesn't exist. I have tried a lot. I have tried business models, I've done all this, but there's nothing as making big money with no money or less money, literally none. So same thing with trading. If you are looking at making big money, well, you will come in big. I'm not trying to exaggerate it and say, oh, come in with 10,000, don't sell your property because you want to come trading. Honestly, not. But think about it. Say you're opening up a local store or you're doing something. You'll come in slightly bigger. If I can compare with businesses here, the local ones, well, mostly enough, the minimum investment is at least $1,500 or $2,000. Like that's the least, or $3,000 or whatever. And think about it. Okay, you want to make money trading, but what's your approach? How much money are you coming in with? So that's very, very important. So listen up. As I mentioned here, making $100 from 1,000 is much more easier, honestly, than making 1,000 from 100. Now, this is possible, but listen, this is gambling on the other side. So it's much more easier to make money from bigger capital, okay? Actually, making $1,000 from 10,000 is pretty easier than vice versa, okay? I want you guys to really understand that. And I know you have seen a lot of people on the internet flipping accounts. I've also done that, by the way. I'm not denying this. I have flipped accounts, I've done all that, but this doesn't work with full-time trading, because with flipping, you are going aggressive, you're probably risking it all. You know, you're doubling up your account and all that. But think about it now. What if you had a losing trade? Well, most enough, the account is gone. So in actual sense, that doesn't work with full-time trading, okay? So that's very important. If you're looking at full-time day trading, don't think about this. We aren't flipping accounts. We aren't doing any of that stuff. And that brings us to the very next slide. So trading Forex full-time is very different from trading part-time, okay? And therefore the approach must be different. Honestly, to me, I trade full-time, so wouldn't trade or wouldn't approach trading as someone who does it part-time, okay? Or maybe it's just a side hustle to someone out there. But if you're looking at making this your full-time hustle or job, then your approach must be different. Now in here, I'm talking about your investment, your time, your finances. How much are you putting into it? Because remember, your results are directly proportional to what you put in. Again, there is no shortcut to this. Again, I don't want to say, oh, you'll make this or you'll get this and that without putting in anything. Literally not. For me to get to this stage, I have put in a lot of hours practicing, learning, trying out, losing money, learning. And that's how I've gotten here. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're looking at going full-time, then you must be ready to sacrifice. You must be ready to put in the work. Because at the end of the day, results only come to those that honestly put in the work. Now there's a saying, hard work pays off. Now this time around, the most interesting part is you are working smart, but then also on the other side, literally working hard. So get yourself a reliable broker, because that's very important. That's why you deposit your money. It must be reliable and trustable, safe, easier to withdraw, and more other things. You can actually make more research about the brokers, but I did most of the research and I attached the recommended broker just down in the description. And then next up is think of compounding. Now, this is a very, very important, most especially for you as a full-time day trader. And this is how it works. So when you're trading, you are making money, okay? And this is the concept. So say you have your trading capital of about $1,000 and say your profit target is only 10%. Well, that means you have made $100. Right? The next step, what you're going to do is you would withdraw 50%, okay? Which is about $50, and then actually it could be say 50 or 60% depending on what you want, and then let the rest stay in, okay? So that means you made $100 and now you have withdrawn say $60, and that means you are remaining with $40 of your profits. Now the $40 is now becoming part of your initial trading capital, right? And that means now you finally have about 1,040 as your trading capital. Now we redo the same process again. Now you're making 10% of your trading capital, and again now that's $104. So this process is repeated over and over and over again. Most importantly here, something that I want you guys to pay attention to is we are withdrawing. We are not growing an account. We are not doing that. Remember, the main goal is to make money, and you must always remember to withdraw. That's important. always remember to withdraw. Then off here, I did put a case study. So I've dealt with thousands of students, but I've had different stories from all that. And I've heard of a story of a trader who grew an account for like 500%. I mean, crazy, but then later blew it up. Say you're trading off with like $100 and you flipped it up to like 5,000. You know, that's crazy. But now you later lose that out all. Honestly, does that even make any sense? Because what's the whole point? So I want you to understand that you are not trading to impress the brokers. You are trading to make money for yourself, okay? And not even to impress other people out there. So key note, your trading capital will affect your returns, okay? Big money makes big money and vice versa. You can just fill that in. If you're looking at going big, then go big. That brings us to the very next point, and that's your trading approach, okay? So now we have your trading strategy or approach. Well, this basically means to an approach. How do you approach the charts? How do you want to trade, okay? And each and every trader must have a winning strategy in order to make money, okay? So a strategy is much more of like a plan. Say you're running a business and now you need to have a plan. How are you going to approach your business and all that? So it's the same thing with trading. In actual sense, when are you supposed to buy or sell? And that's very important. So for you to make money, you must have a winning trading strategy. Doesn't have to be 100% winning, because honestly, that doesn't even exist. So the most important thing about your trading strategy is your edge. You need to find an edge. Oh, by the way, most importantly, to know the win rate. You need to know, okay, this is when I am supposed to buy, this is when I'm supposed to exit a trade, and honestly stay consistent to that. Now, listen up. Personally, I've been using the same trading strategy for like 2 years. All I do is I keep refining it, making it fit for the market changes, because there's always a lot of changes with the markets. So all I do is I keep changing, putting in new ideas and all that. But it's been working. Now, the don'ts. These are the things that you must not do with your trading strategy. Number one, do not change your trading strategy over and over and over again. That sucks, okay? Now, why? Look, so each trading strategy is fixed. And that's why I mentioned you need to have a fixed win rate. You're going to know that, okay, look, this strategy has, say, a 50% win rate or 60%. So the more you keep switching your trading strategies, honestly, the more confusion you are bringing to yourself. And you won't even honestly make money, because you are moving from this to this. Well, because you didn't make money today doesn't mean it doesn't work. So do not change your trading strategy over and over again, okay? Next up, follow it religiously and stay consistent with. Honestly, it should take you a very long time to finally say, oh, I'm changing this. And then backtest it multiple times. That's very important. Backtesting it is you actually proving. You get back to the charts, the history. You kind of look at it and say, oh, does this work? What changed? And all that. So the more you backtest it, then the more you get to master it. And the more you get good at it, the more the confidence you'll have in it. And honestly, the better you are going to get at trading. With your trading approach, focus on a few pairs. Do not congest your watch list with a bunch of assets to prove you're a trader. Just focus on a few pairs. I mean, doesn't make any sense you having 20 pairs. Again, this comes with my experience and interacting with other traders. I've seen traders with like 20 pairs on their watch list. And you think about it, like, what's the whole point? Are you trading all the 20 pairs? So focus on a few pairs. I've personally seen traders who majorly say focus on gold, or say GBP JPY or US 30 or Nasdaq or any. It can even be one. Why? Firstly, the more you focus on it, then the better you are going to get at it. This is going to reduce your chances of over trading. Then next up here is fixate your trading hours and do not over switch, okay? Treat your trading career as a 9 to 5. I know we are dodging the 9 to 5, but we all need discipline, okay? And that's very, very important. So what I'm meaning here is know the time when you are supposed to trade and fix that time in your schedule. I'll give you an example. I personally trade the London session from around 10 a.m. to about, I would say, 2 p.m. for my time, though it extends up to like 6. But then that's when I trade East African time. Now, you also need to find a time that suits you, that suits your schedule. and honestly your trading activity. Now I wouldn't recommend trading late night, most especially say the Asian session, depending where you're trading from, but I wouldn't recommend that because there's never a lot of volatility and all that. So I would suggest you focus much more on the London and the New York session, but most importantly stay consistent to at least one session, okay? And then know that, okay, this is when I'm supposed to go trading, and you'll be good, okay? And that brings us to the very next section, and that's risk and money management. Now my first statement of here is trading would be gambling if we didn't have risk management. I mean, think about it. We only have two options. You're either buying or selling, and most enough you are either going to make money or lose money. So there are two options, and that means it comes back to you as the trader with the ability of managing your risk. You know, I am going to risk this to make this, or I want to make this in return, basically. And that means if at any point you are unable or you can't manage your risk in a good way, then you're gambling, honestly. So risk and money management refers to how you handle your risk and capital in the volatile markets for the longest time. And by the way, risk management is going to play a very, very big role with your consistency. Because again, back to what I mentioned earlier, say you made a lot of money today because you probably risked 100% of your account, and then tomorrow blew the whole account, then what's the whole point? Because honestly, then you won't even get profitable in the long run. So key takeaway here, again, making big money today and losing it all tomorrow is not trading. That's a whole gamble. You're gambling, literally. And we are not looking at gambling. We are looking at making money profitably and consistently, okay? Now, traders look at making 5 to 10% of their trading capital per month, with risking 1 to 2% per trade. And in the long run, they are profitable. Honestly, with professional trading, you look at making, say, 10% of your trading capital. But that works with big accounts. Say someone is trading off with about a 100K. 100K, 10%, that's 10K on the table. Or say someone is trading off with $1 million. 10%, that's like 100K on table already. So this typically honestly works with bigger traders. But now let's think about someone who is trading off, say, with 5,000 or 10 or even 1,000, okay? And this is it. All you need here is staying consistent to a systematic risk management plan. You are risking 1 to make 2, or you are risking 1 to make 3. You guys understand? Pretty easy. Now, this is how it works. So in this example, I just did put an example of here. Say you're taking a trade on fast bull, you'll have this risk to reward. So in this scenario, we have 1, 2, 3.41 R. Wow, don't mind the work, but typically in here, I am risking 1 to make 3. You guys understand? So I do have an example of here. So say you took 10 trades firstly, and now in such a scenario, we are assuming you have a 50% win rate, meaning you're winning 5 and losing 5. So 10 trades, you have 5 wins, 5 losses, okay? But you're super consistent with your 1 to 3. Well, that means here you made 15, okay? 15R. My goodness, sorry about the writing, but it's typically 5 times the 3, which is 15. Then when you lost 5 times 1, which is 5. Total, you made 10R, so you're still consistent. Same example of with this 6 trades. Actually, funny thing is, even if you lost more than what you won, you're going to still remain profitable. So risk management honestly plays a very big role, and in any case, you must not neglect it, okay? Key takeaway, this means if you are inconsistent with risk management, then well, most enough, you are going to find it so hard to finally become profitable. And as a full-time day trader, you need this. Now, that brings us to the very most important section, and that's trading psychology, okay? Now, here's a fun fact. Most traders are profitable trading their demo accounts, and honestly, brutally unprofitable on their real account. Sorry, this is unprofitable. That was a type, okay? These people are making money on their demo accounts, but then when it comes real, honestly, they don't. Now, the question should be, why? And what's the difference? And let's think about it. So, when you're trading a demo account, honestly, it's virtual. There is nothing to lose. Even if you took a loss, you honestly won't even incur the loss because that's not real. So there's nothing to lose. In some way, we don't engage our emotions that much. And now when it comes to live trading, now you are dealing with your emotions. This is money that you made and you want to make money from that money, honestly. And that's where our emotions come in. So this is it. So trading a live account deals with trading real earned money, and that brings emotions in it. This can be fear, greed, revenge, excitement, happiness. Think about all the emotions that you could ever feel when you lost money or made money. Now, the most interesting part about this is when you are making money off your phone or losing money off your phone, even hits different, because this is something that you can see. You can see the money coming, you can see the money going, and honestly, that's pretty tricky. Now, your failure to manage your emotions as a full-time day trader will cost you money. Honestly, I'm so honest with this. So you need to find a plan around this on how you can finally manage your emotions. And I'm going to show you something. So firstly, you must learn when to close off or take money, because this is why it all goes around. You're either making money or taking a loss, right? But now, what's your approach? When you made the money, did you withdraw? Did you go do whatever you're supposed to do? Typically as a trader, either way, when you take a loss, do you understand that losses are part of trading and you take them comfortably? Because most traders are going to now try make back the money that they lost, which is called revenge trading. And the other day, that doesn't even work. You're probably going to lose that money. Now, I want you guys to understand that whenever you are trading, honestly, you are already under emotions. When you make money, you're probably going to get excited. So the whole approach to this is to have a trading plan. You need to know how much money you want to make in a day, how to go about your day. Honestly, you need to plan your day entirely. And also, don't overstay on your charts. Disregarding the fact that you are a full-time day trader and all that, that doesn't mean staying on your charts. When you've made money or you're done with your trading and whatever, go do something else. Get busy. Because the more you expose yourself to the charts, then more often enough, the more you're going to be tricked to taking a trade, which doesn't work that way. So this is a whole complete approach that is going to get you trading Forex profitably and full-time. And by the way, as I mentioned earlier, I have helped thousands of students. And by the way, at the moment, I have about 1,500 students under my academy. And these people are just like yourself. That means you can also become part of this. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead, tap the link down in the description. It's forexbullsacademy.com. And that means you are going to become part of the 1,500 family. It's actually even much more than academy. It's a family of profitable traders. So in here, you'll get access to myself exclusively, then 3 other mentors, weekly Zoom sessions, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Oh, by the way, Sunday too. I mean, pretty easy. And all this comes at a very small cost. And I mean, as a trader yourself looking at making thousands of dollars,